I want to ask you a question. Are you in control or are you under the control of your devices and your online usage?
My device almost puts me in another world. With my phone, I'm in my happy place.
It's a crazy feeling when you know that there's thousands of people interested in what you're doing and watching you on the internet.
She embeds herself into this virtual world and escapes to it.
It's jeopardizing their job, their relationships, their friendships, their sanity.
As my mom's phone usage has increased, so has her paranoia about the world.
This is about people who are destroying their lives by leaving their lives to disappear into the digital world.
They'll pay to pick which colors go on the picture if you want it.
Who will?
The people on the internet. Who's gonna stop me? You, if you're gonna try to stop me from making money on that.
I would like my mom to just be present.
I love Maya. And she needs rescued from her phone.
He said he wants me to pretend that I'm choking you.
He does what he wants when he wants to. Doesn't matter who gets in his way.
If you don't get help, we can't be friends. And I won't let either one of us ruin our own potential.
Okay. And I think you're in the projector.
Yeah.
Great. Great. Okay, so.
Stanley, Idaho had an earthquake yesterday. My device almost puts me in another world. When I'm focused on my phone, I get in a one-track mind and kind of a numb feeling and just waiting for something to jump out at the phone and just be super exciting that I could tell the rest of the family, but that never happens. Man.
My mom is addicted to her cell phone.
I love her, but she needs help with her phone. She's probably on the thing a full work day.
I use my phone, I'd say maybe about 2 hours a day is what I'd like to think it was. Because it's just a few minutes on my phone here and there throughout the day. I use social media to keep updated with what's going on in the neighborhood and community and the crime around our area. I asked Donnell on Facebook about the lady across the street because I haven't seen her car for a while, and she didn't respond. Usually she responds right away.
She embeds herself into this virtual world and escapes to it.
A lot of times when I travel, you scare me about where I go. You can't just consume every negative piece of...
I understand that, but they're not lies. I'm not making it up.
As my mom's phone usage has increased, it seems like so has her paranoia about the world. Everything's so much worse and everything's dangerous. She's constantly consuming negative news on Facebook, on Nextdoor. I bought a train ticket to Chicago, and my mom was like, so dangerous there.
The crime rate in Chicago's up. You could still go to Illinois. Just be careful where you go or stay.
Maya has police helicopter apps. Where's the helicopter coming? Where's follow the helicopter? And then she got into these earthquake apps to where now you got to be aware of every little tremor earthquake. It causes a fear.
Looks like an alligator the way the snake's mouth is open. Both survived. The frog lived with half its body through the snake. I use my phone to gain information to help for the betterment of the family.
We've tried to talk with her about her phone usage. She gets more of an angry response.
That is my computer. I don't sit down at a laptop. I don't sit down at a desktop. That's my computer.
My mom's phone usage has definitely pulled my family apart. We'll be in a family conversation just talking about a story or something funny that happened, and she's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. And we'll be like, why are you on your phone right now? Why not listen to what's going on, and then she'll get defensive, and she'll then go walk around the corner or go like hide out somewhere and then be on her phone where she's not hearing it from us.
I resent the time that Manya's spent on her phone.
My cell phone usage bothers Albert so much because he'd rather me spend the time with him.
It's just concerning for my safety too.
When she's on her phone, Manya completely forgets certain things where she could burn down the entire house. Just yesterday, she turned on the grill and left it on high, just walked away and went upstairs.
She's left the gas on the stove and just walked away to be on her phone.
Manya does have a very strong support net around her that could help her. I believe if everybody came collectively, it would come to a point to where she feels that support if she gets past that initial frustration and anger about it. But it's gonna get worse and worse until she gets that help that she needs.
And also for this, Seth, the more that you can just be yourself, the better.
When I wake up in the morning and I'm groggy and I don't want to move, the internet is what gets me out of bed. It gives me that drive, that intention.
Seth spends 99.8% of his time on his phone or his computer, night and day, 24/7.
Seth's whole entire life is online.
He's got his computer on 90% of the time. He's on it playing a game or talking to somebody every day.
For the most part, I wake up and I will see if there is anybody online to just like interact with and talk to kind of like fund my day.
I literally don't know what the I would do without my devices. My daily routine is I wake up and I start gambling if I have money. If it's an online casino, trust girl, I've signed up. I got the free spins, okay? When I was 18, I started gambling with crypto.
I spent $5 and was able to win up to like $3,000.
I've spent 48 hours straight gambling online before.
Seth has definitely won and lost tens of thousands of dollars.
I lose at least $500 every day.
I had some trouble with Seth. He would come over to the house when nobody was home, started to notice things missing, and then I confronted him about it, and he lied. At that point, I had to tell him that he could not ever come over to my house when nobody was home again.
Seth is not currently employed. I think it's been about 2.5 years since he's had an actual job.
Why get a traditional job when I can make money on the internet? I've literally made $100,000 in one game of gambling.
He's made a lot of money with the gambling thing. He really never puts it to good use. He usually just puts it right back into the casino.
When I run out of money for gambling, the first thing I do is go back to streaming on the internet.
And I just got one token, which is 5 cents a token.
I can literally do nothing and get paid for it. That's why I call it free money. Literally, people are weird like that. They would literally just want to see weird. They're like, I want to see the bottom of your foot. Like, what the? Why would you not do that for money? I've been streaming for 6 years. The longest I've streamed in one time period is 24 hours and 37 minutes. One of the places I stream, I have 68,000 followers. The most viewers I've had at once is 200,000 viewers.
On the internet and get paid for that.
I've made as much as $10,000 in 1 year from streaming. It's a crazy feeling when you know that there's thousands of people interested in what you're doing and watching you at that moment in time.
Seth makes money online doing things that people will pay you to do.
Streaming while having sex is fun. Like, I can literally get naked on the internet and make money. I'm all about it, okay?
He wants to watch you pee on me.
Ew.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. That's hella gross.
Seth and I were in a relationship for about 6 months until we both decided that it was just better to be friends than boyfriends.
P&P Pauls. He party and plays, obviously, because his name's P&P Pauls, right?
Party and play means to smoke meth and have sex. People want to see you smoke. They want to see how good you are with smoking. They want to see what you would look like if you were blowing smoke on their And then I realized that people wanting to seek someone that will smoke meth with them on camera and literally just hang out with them is the biggest moneymaker out of all of this.
Our life is basically based on streaming, gambling, sex, and drugs.
I'm waiting for some married guy that claims to have a wife, and them to pick me up.
He has put himself in very dangerous situations that, as a mother, scares me to death. Watching Seth in his condition right now is heartbreaking.
I love him. I want us to be able to do stuff together. I want to be part of our family again, not off in wherever he's at.
I think Seth is in pain, living with his addictions, and the light has just gone out of his eyes.
Can't continue living the life he's living. If it isn't the meth that's going to kill him, it's going to be the sex with strangers, or who knows. If we don't get him help soon, he's not going to be able to recover.
Hi, honey. Is it raining there?
My mom's phone usage started to become a problem when my sister got married and moved out. My mom all of a sudden had to talk to my sister 24/7 every single day.
Well, I miss her. I guess it's because it was my firstborn.
When I first met Manya, I fell in love with Manya. She didn't have to put a stitch of makeup on her. She's beautiful. And I actually truly loved her, and that's what love is. We were married 4 years before we had Lindsay.
Lindsay and Lauren are 5 years apart.
Smile to the camera.
And now that Lindsay's not living at home, Lauren gets a little bit jealous of her and my relationship with her.
Any sort of excuse, any sort of justification as to why she's on her phone. She says, oh, I'm talking to Lindsay, but there's no way she's talking to her for that long, because sometimes I'll ask my sister, oh, did you talk to mom? She's like, no. And then when my grandpa was on hospice care, her phone usage actually got much worse. She kind of always had to have her phone on. If she went to sleep at the night, she had to keep the sound on in case there was an emergency, and the nursing home had to call her.
I had doctors and nurses calling me every single day.
She went on I would say a vigil of monitoring that phone, just waiting for some good news to come.
My mom and her dad, they had a really close bond, so his loss hit her really, really hard. And it's really rough for her because I wasn't able to come home and be with her.
Lindsay definitely is my comfort child.
My sister moved out, her dad passed away, and I think that is probably the time that really started the big difference of an attachment to her phone versus just usage like we all do.
I did turn to my phone, looking up good news, sad news, anything to pass the time because I was mourning the loss of my dad. I felt lost. Okay, well, I'll talk to you later.
All of a sudden, my mom started looking up negative news, and she would pick out the worst of the worst situations. And there's no fact checking to this information. There's no quality control.
I'm looking to see what dog scares off bears.
It's just so toxic, and that's the problem.
Hello?
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, how about you?
Seth lives with his mother now, and since he started his online addiction, I hardly ever see him. I'm pretty sure he has a very big online presence, but I honestly don't understand it. What's all this? Coloring book?
Coloring book.
I guess you think that's funny. I really don't.
Non-fungible tokens, Dad.
I don't understand that either.
You could, turn that into something for somebody to buy.
You color a picture and they'll buy it?
They'll pay to pick which colors go on the picture if you want it.
Who will?
The people on the internet.
And you somehow think you can make a living doing this.
Who's gonna stop me, you, if you're gonna try to stop me from making money on that?
Before Seth's addiction, he was a real bright kid and had a lot of potential.
Seth, before his addiction, he was vibrant, full of personality, super animated, this little shining star.
When Seth was younger, he used to come to family functions. He was fun to be around. He was the bee's knees. He was the life of the party.
When he got to high school, he just bloomed in sports and drama club, and he was just like a natural on stage, and the friendships that he made were just amazing. I got him his first phone at 14 years old. I was completely unaware of the access that a teenager has to different platforms. What happened was heartbreaking.
I started using hookup apps when I was 14 years old. When I was 14, my friend at the time, that I thought was my friend, moved in, and I found out about hookup apps via his phone. He assumed that because I was on there and looking and saw interest in it, that I was gay too. And then I woke up and he was sucking my As soon as I realized what hookup apps were, I started doing it all the time, and I decided to start meeting older guys. I was addicted to that feeling of doing something you're not supposed to do.
I had no idea that he was doing that at 14 years old. I got the mom guilt. His behavior and his personality change kept getting worse.
Once you start doing one thing on the internet, it's really easy to start doing it more. I then decided, let me start gambling online with cryptocurrency. Let me start streaming and hooking up and having sex.
I miss my son, Seth, dearly.
His digital addiction has a complete control over Seth's life. He desperately needs help right now. It's really a life or death situation.
So I need you to zip this up for me. Earlier, this guy sent me like 5,000 tokens to wear this and run around the room like this.
Really? From my point of view, there's two different Seths. One that is super funny.
I woke up today and my face was like this.
Time to pay, bitches.
And then there's the Seth that's the addict.
He said he wants me to pretend that I'm choking you.
He does what he wants when he wants to because that's what he's used to, and it doesn't matter who gets in his way.
He just sent 10,000 tokens.
My relationship with Mike is kind of confusing, but it's really simple.
We're good friends, you know, it's like, really, we're boyfriends without the word. I love Seth, but I love and hate him at the same time.
A best friend is a lot better than a boyfriend, and nothing is gonna change the fact that I want my best friend's in my.
Seth has always been one of those people who needed a somebody. I think they kind of feed into each other's addictions, and it's just kind of made it worse.
They said to make out for 38 tokens.
That's a lot of money.
Should we do that?
The goal is to seek out more people to send me money to help me get high or to send me money to gamble more.
Just do it. Who cares?
I make Mike help me do it.
Come on. Like you mean it, though.
I literally let him do whatever the hell he wants, no matter the cost to me.
They said to slap you for 10 tokens. Oh, they said 20. We're good. They sent it. Thank you. Thank you.
Mike gets upset when I lie to him about hooking up with strangers or posting on the internet and seeking out people to give me what I want. But to me, that's having fun.
He doesn't have protected sex at all. It's literally he's gotten syphilis and he's brought home and gave me an STD.
Why are you gonna get mad about what I do on the internet?
I don't get mad at what you do on the internet.
So then what do you get mad about?
You lying about going and hooking up with people.
Why would I not lie to you when you just make it harder for me when I tell you the truth?
She never tell me the truth. You want the whole boyfriend thing, but without the boyfriend.
I'm just gonna stick to making money, so.
I wish I treated Mike a lot better than I have. He literally gives me whatever the I want, and I just treat him like. And I honestly don't know what led me down this path. Seriously.
We know as a matter of scientific fact that people can be addicted to digital devices. In fact, the experts call the programming that these social media companies are using the race to the base of the brainstem. Hi, Seth, I'm Craig Pera.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. The dopamine hits, the chemical reaction that's happening in the brain is very, very powerful. How many hours a week do you spend online?
I spend hours on it at a time.
If you had to make a list of your addictions, what are they?
Some things I count as an addiction, some I don't. So my streaming became about me finding ways to get people to send me money to smoke meth, to then doing that when I had meth because I wanted to gamble.
Right.
And then an addiction, I think for sure that's really scary is hookup apps and like stuff like that, where like, I just really early on started doing that.
What emotional void do you think that's filling inside you?
Well, no, it's not really filling it, it's just making me feel nothing. Because like when I'm doing that, I'm null, I'm the void, I'm not here. There's a big dynamic there that really is hard for me because like, after growing up and like, you know, feeling this way about older men that would, you know, hang out with me and stuff, yeah, like it's just hard to even like talk about, honestly.
No, you just got emotional. So many people have tried to take advantage of you over the years.
I don't blame them at all because I'm the one that seeks that out. So that's why I don't blame other people or feel like, you know, they were after me because I knew that and I was doing it on purpose.
Seth doesn't realize the negative impact of his early childhood sexual assault. He has a very difficult time blaming anybody for his behavior. He says, I wanted it.
Like, I advertised myself in a really bad way. No give him, no given. Literally, I would go and like, oh, you want to meet up? Okay, meet me in this field by my house.
Oh, you want to take me here after you pick me up and go this really down dark road? Like, I didn't give a I didn't care who or what, I just went.
This trauma started a trajectory of self-harm, self-doubt, low self-esteem, and unhealthy sexual behaviors. All his relationships and just about everything in his life, even gambling as well, are transactional. It's what can he get for himself?
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Part of his journey to healing is going to be connecting with the wounds caused by the sexual assault. Something has to change.
Have a seat. How are you doing, sir?
Good, how you doing?
Nice to see you. So, Lindsay, it's so nice to have you here, and it's really nice that you came all the way out to support your mom and your family. I'm the founder and medical director of the Center for Internet and Technology Addiction. The reason why I call the internet a digital drug is because it's with us all the time. So we're always connected and we're always being impacted neurologically by that digital drug. One of the things that all these devices do is they all elevate dopamine. And by the way, it's connecting it to the internet that makes it like a giant slot machine, because you never know what you're gonna get. And when you do get something you like, you get a little hit of dopamine, which is kind of like money coming out of a slot. So to help your mom, we have a therapist that is volunteering to do some treatment. And this treatment can be very effective for healing wounds and trauma from the past, and also can be used for helping manage triggers and urges for addictive behavior. I don't think your mom's ever had any treatment before, has she?
No.
We have tried, but she's never been open to it.
So do you think she'll be open to it now once I tell her what's available?
For me, it's probably like 20%.
Okay, so that's pretty low.
Hello.
Hi.
Have a seat, have a seat. Whew, welcome. What we're here to do today is to inspire Seth to take life-changing action, and I want to help you guys do that. So Seth is addicted to streaming, meth, gambling, hookup apps, having sex with strangers, and there's such a callous disregard for his own well-being. Do you have any thoughts on how that started?
I know that what started all this was that he got on that app and he ended up meeting up with a 35-year-old man, and he was 14, and he thinks it's okay because they're both okay with it, and he looked for it. But still, it's still not right.
He's unable to connect with how painful that must have been for a 14-year-old boy.
Or how wrong it is.
You're not even able to consent. It's illegal. That person would be arrested.
Yes.
We know that someone older can manipulate that power dynamic in a significant way and take advantage. And because of Seth's childhood trauma, Seth is taking advantage of other people, and it's a learned behavior. Is Seth manipulative?
Very.
Do you feel you're in an abusive relationship?
Mentally, yeah.
It is absolutely possible for Seth and Mike to have a healthy future relationship together. However, there's an awful lot of enabling and unhealthy patterns that need to be broken if they are going to be successful. The best thing that Mike can do to help Seth is to get into treatment himself. Mike, we've set up a treatment program for you with New Start Recovery Solutions of Sacramento. a 5-day detox so you can get that meth out of your system, followed by intensive outpatient treatment. Do you accept this offer of treatment?
Yeah.
Congratulations. How does that feel?
A weight lifted, actually. It seems that it's the right choice and it's what I want to do.
And we love you, Mike.
And you deserve it. You're worth it. You're a good kid.
And so, what are some boundaries that you need to set with Seth?
No matter what, I can't let myself be put in the same spot. I won't let him risk my life anymore. And the same goes for me. I won't let myself risk his.
I'm so happy to hear you say that, as difficult as it is. So, Katrina, what is the biggest challenge going forward for Seth?
He's going to be faced with the reality of the things that have happened to him. And as a mother, it's heartbreaking.
Well, we have a treatment offer for Seth. And getting Seth to acknowledge some of his childhood traumas and really feeling those is important. And I think it could potentially save his life if he accepts.
I'm not ashamed of myself. I'm not sad or mad because ultimately I'm gonna do what I want. Because for me, I think I have enough self-control. Like last night, all I had to do was and this guy did send me $25 to buy cigarettes, but then I gambled it away at the casino online. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Hello.
Hi. Hey! And where'd you come from?
Hi. Came from Texas.
You surprised? Yeah. So, Manya, your husband, wrote some things down that he wanted to share with you.
Okay.
Manya, I'm still committed to you as the day we were married, to love and to hold, till death do us part. I'm here to be held instead of the phone. I learned that the phone puts a wedge between two people. It's beyond digital. Shamefully as it is, jealous that it wasn't time spent with me. Man, you have provided me with all the care and support to keep me cared for my whole life. Now it's your turn to accept others to care for you, and let me do that for you.
So how are you feeling right now, Manya? There's a lot of emotion here and a lot of love and concern.
I'm feeling good because I don't need it now. I have all that I need right here.
Yeah. You know, I've given some thought to your situation, and I'd like to recommend and prescribe to you is a course of therapy, and we've arranged for somebody locally. Is that something that you'd be interested in?
Definitely.
I'm really glad to hear that.
Thank you. I love you.
The idea is sort of fill you from the inside out so you don't always have to have all of that connection where you're spending 10 or 15 hours a day on that thing and missing life.
Yes.
My hope for Manya is that she get a handle on her screen use and also that she gets to address some of the wounds and traumas from her past. You could see the part of her that doesn't think she'll ever get that, even though it's possible.
Thank you.
Okay, shake on it.
Hey, Seth.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Glad you're here, man.
Thanks.
So, Seth, there are two things I took from being so immersed with your family this week is one, how much they love you, and number two, how much hope they have and how much potential they see in you. Mike, would you share your letter now, please?
Yeah. Seth, you're one of my closest friends. For the times you've made me feel more like a doormat than a friend. You have the biggest heart and will help anybody you can when you're not being selfish. You're a good person, you deserve a great life. But I won't and can't do this anymore, like, if you don't get help. We can't be friends. And I won't let either one of us ruin our own potential.
Thank you for dealing with my bull. I'll just get some help.
There's obviously a lot of pain, and that's what we're here to do today, is to start to heal the wounds that gave birth to a lot of the problems that you're struggling with. One of those wounds was your childhood sexual assault. And I was just wondering, based upon our talk yesterday, is there any sense of receiving that as a traumatic experience or some recognition that monsters preyed on you?
I mean, that's a trigger for me for sure, but it's not really like, it didn't damage me.
I think it's hard for you to acknowledge that somebody hurt you. I think it's hard for you to acknowledge that childhood sexual assault.
Well, I think all of that is mainly me looking at it as I did it to myself because I was the one on at the apps doing those things at such a young age. I just feel I'm really to blame for most of those things because you can't blame other people for your actions.
Seth, children who are sexually abused have a higher rate of suicide. So that gives you some perspective about what happens when that part of you is stained. When that part of you is broken, it's not your fault. And it's okay to accept those feelings, and it's critical to your healing journey is to acknowledge those pains.
And once again, like you said, it's not your fault. And I think all that was the beginning to the end. Somebody taking advantage of you and you thought it was okay, and it's not. Never will be. Not your fault.
It does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage, and I'm sorry that you experienced that.
Thank you.
We've set up a treatment offer for you, Seth. First, Detox in Austin, Texas, at Infinite Recovery, where they are going to help you medically detox so you can get that meth out of your system in a healthy way that's going to minimize the side effects and minimize the withdrawals. Then you're going to go to Omega Recovery, where you're going to spend some time in their residential treatment program. Do you accept the offer of treatment?
Yes.
Wonderful.
I know that what I'm doing and what I do is out of my control, and I need to just let someone else help me control myself before I can be able to do that.
Wonderful. I'm so happy for you.
That we're gonna both put this behind us and encourage that he really wants it. Which encourages me to do it too.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Wesley.
Seth.
Seth, good to meet you.
You too.
So it's super common that if someone has maybe technology addiction, there are gonna be a lot of other issues that they're dealing with. Hopefully for Seth, this is the right moment, and he's really ready to do the hard work so that he can pump the brakes and get back in control.
I don't know how to explain the way that I feel. Although this place seems like, you know, nice and good, I know that tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and hate everything around me. I know that's gonna suck.
Been doing really good. I'm now getting counseling, and it seems to be going in a positive direction. And I feel like I've cut down the use on my phone by at least 25%. I use my phone with a lot more thought now. I'm making time for myself, and I feel over this past month that yes, my self-esteem has improved.
I feel like I haven't felt in 6 years. For me, streaming online and hooking up online and gambling online is absolutely not a part of my life anymore. Being separated from the digital world is the best blessing that I could have ever been given in my entire life. You can't go back in time, and you can't erase the past, but you can change the future. I deserve a better life, and I'm now ready to claim that better life.
"38 days since the last time I used. Definitely proud of that. I was telling everybody else that they deserve a good life, and I do too.